Hi, thank you for joining me in this tutorial, the 5 bales. I'm always being asked, what other bale styles can I make? Well, there's lots of them. The sky is the limit. So here's 5 of them that I thought would be fun to explore. Here is I'm creating a gather so I can make a pendant base. And the base I had to make 5 of them because I'm doing 5 bales. So I'm going to be speeding this up in just a minute. And there's some frit. I'm picking up the frit. And here's where I'm speeding this up. So I'm melting in the frit. I am creating a compression pendant. And I will go into how you make a compression pendant in a different video. But I needed to make 5 of these. So instead of showing you 5 at the same, one after another, I thought it would be really good just to do a quick, keep this in, but just speed it up so you can see how I'm doing it. And then, yeah, it won't be such a mystery when we start attaching bales onto each one of these 5. So I just put a backing of yellow, that was canary yellow, and I put a puntee on the back of it, and I'm removing the front. And then I'm starting to take off the excess glass. I apologize for my hair going in there. I tried bringing a light in to see if you could see it any better, but you couldn't. So I threw the light away. I'm zooming it up so you can see what the frit is doing in there. It's making a nice little flower. And now I'm going to change the axis of my puntee so that when I put a bale on it, it'll be in the right 180 degrees from the puntee handle. There it is again. I've got 5 different kinds of bales that I want to show you. And the first one is called the Handy Andy bale. And the tools that we're going to be using are the Handy Andy, this guy here. See, there we go. This guy here, and these two blades here. They're made out of tungsten, and they're actually shaped like a cross here, a T. And when you pinch the glass and then rotate the Handy Andy, you're grinding the glass to make a hole, and you're using the little bits of glass that gets ground as the grit in order to grind it even bigger. And then we also need a pair of tweezers. Here we go. Here's a pair of tweezers. And I always like having my handy dandy tungsten tweezers, just in case. So those are the tools that we're needing. The glass that we're needing is a 6mm rod. And that's it. So I'm going to pull out the piece that I made earlier. And this is what it's looking like. So I'm going to add a bale right at this point up here. I'm going to start with good clean glass. So I'm going to clean off this end a little bit. There we go. Clean cut it. So you want to, whenever you're adding a piece of glass onto another piece of glass that you want to have permanent, not like a puntee, which is a temporary handle. A permanent piece, you want it to be hot to hot, so you want both sides to be the same temperature, and that way the glass flows into each other. So I'm not looking at the way the yellow glows, or it looks like orange to you, because hot yellow is orange. So I'm looking at the clear. When this clear is really glowing, it'll tell me that this end is also glowing. Okay, so I'm going to touch them down. You can see that it flowed really nicely together. And I'm just going to add a little bit more glass by pushing the clear rod into
the piece. I'm just going to let that drip down just a little bit so it looks kind of like a teardrop. Let gravity help it down. Teardrop really hot in order for me to pierce the glass. I don't want it so hot that I'm misshapen it after I pierce it. So I've got this end to this end, and I'm just going to pinch. I'm going to wait a second, and then I'm going to rotate. And you can hear it crunching. That's a good sign. That's a good thing. And I've got just a little teeny tiny hole started. Not quite enough. So I'm just going to heat up the teardrop part again, the bail. Pinch it in the same spot and rotate it again. Just be careful when you're doing this that your hand doesn't go in the torch. I usually don't do it this close to the flame. I'm usually standing out here to do it, but you can't see. So now I do have a little bit of a hole. And when you're adjusting this hole, you don't want to be bringing the handy Andy up through this way, because if it comes off of the punty here, you're going to have hot glass hitting you right in the face. So I always go away from my face. I'm heating up that bail pretty good. And I'm just going to start shaping it by manipulating this, kind of a circle shape. You'll also notice that there's a lot of, looks like chips of glass, which is exactly what it is, inside the hole. So in order to get rid of that, you have to melt that in. So you're just heating up the hole a little bit, and then you're expanding it out, and heating it up and expanding it out. And that will melt all those little chips in and make it nice and smooth inside. You want it to be nice and smooth. So then if you're using a piece of leather or a piece of paracord, it doesn't hurt your cord. I'm also going to flatten it a little bit on the back here. It's got a little sticky outy, which I don't like. I like it flat on the back. All right, that's looking pretty good. I'm going to zoom up so you can see what it looks like. There's the hole. And there's the piece. Zoom back out. And now I'm just going to chill it right here where it's holding it on the punty. Grab a hold of it with your tweezers. Knock off the punny and melt in the punny mark. There we go. So now this one is ready for the kiln. I'm going to wait for the glow to go away. See, it's still glowing quite a bit, right down where I got rid of the punny. So actually, I will zoom it back up so you can see. And it looks pretty cool. Now remember, this yellow, this orange that you see will actually turn into yellow. And the blue that I'm using on all of these is Blue Moon by North Star. All right, thanks. And that one was the Handy Andy bail.